Natalia Silva, who's the new diamond of the women's flyweight division, it feels like. Number 9, she's a savage. She's sharp. She can grapple. She can strike. And it's very interesting, AJ, because of how unassuming she looks. But you want to know something more interesting? When I saw minus 350 Natalia Silva, I said, let's pump the brakes a little bit. I love that we're building up our star Natalia Silva. But Viviane Araujo is a fighter who has cost me a ton of money betting against her, and she knows how to pull out the win when it counts most. Remember, I'm going to call myself out, AJ. You remember, I had a super heavy, probably the biggest, most confident prop lock I've ever put out here on this program. Jennifer Maia on points against Viviane Araujo. I said she'll box her up, she'll avoid the takedown, and if she needs to take her down, she'll take her down herself. Well, Viviane Araujo said, no, none of that. We're taking you down, and we're going to take the veteran approach to this. And she did. And I said, okay, we need to reevaluate. Natalia Silva, a little bit different. She's blitzy, kind of karate-ish. Blitzy, not Taekwondo karate-esque, right? Blitzy, kicks, sharp hands. Araujo sometimes get caught with this, AJ. I know you hate this. Some of this, you know what I mean? Reaching out for the punches, blocking with your face instead of moving your head. Natalia Silva will put her in massive problems there. But I think just in pure strength, I think Viviane Araujo can get her to the ground and potentially keep her there. What do you think?
Absolutely, man. And that if you're an Araujo better for this one, when she's at her best, she is controlling. She's dominating, man. And she has that strength to literally control the entire kind of pressure and power that's going into that wrestling. The thing is, man, Silva is a good wrestler too, though. And like you said, bouncy. And what I like most about that is she's hard to get a hold of, hard to really see where she's going, because either she's striking or she's getting out. And Silva is very, very strong for that. But Araujo, man, you were right, Derek. She's one of the betters that you cannot sleep on at all, because she will just, she's been there for a while. Arguably one of the hardest tests that Natalia Silva is going to be having soon, or going to be fighting. And if Viviane Araujo can maintain on that veteran ability, she has the power to hold people down.
Not arguably, AJ. This is the biggest test by far for Natalia Silva in the UFC, at least, bro. You fought Andrea Lee, Victoria Leonardo. I'm not counting that. You know, that's a win, but I'm not counting that. Jasmine Jasvidicius. Those are the notable names right there. And she took down Jasmine Jasvidicius, who is like a purebred wrestler, man. So I'm like, all right, yeah, you're right. Natalia Silva can grapple. Honestly, man, I'm not worried about the prospect. I'm not worried about her skill set. I'm worried about the price. I think minus 350 is way too heavy of a price to lay on a fighter who is this unproven. So what happens? Araujo pulls the upset. It's like all the value is in Araujo's camp. You get no value for a decision, because we know if Araujo is going to win the fight, it's going to be by a decision, so you get value on that end. But for Silva, minus 135 for decision, unproven, and she's a finisher? Look, like, bro, 8 of her 10 last fights have gone to finish, but minus 135 for a decision. Explain that to me. Do you have anything on that?
Recency bias, Derek. Recency bias. She was an absolute killer running through, like you said. Well, 8 of her last 10 are all finishes. You get Jasmine Jasvidicius. Yeah, that's a hiccup. You get the decision, whatever the case is, and then you go to KGB Lee. I think the props makers right here just think anybody that's above a crust above the rest of the fighters is gonna give Natalia Silva problems, and that's why she's gonna take it to decision. But I don't agree at all, man. I'm with you right there. I'm a little flabbergasted at minus 350 and also minus 135 for the decision. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me personally.
Now you have to think, man. Let's look at the other options on the table. If we're going with track record, she's a finisher. Plus 425 for the TKO, plus 650 for the submission right here. Viviane Araujo in her last 4 losses in her last 10, right? They're all decision, right? She's not getting finished. No one's finishing her. Can Natalia Silva break onto the scene and just become an absolute star after finishing Viviane Araujo? Is that in the cards?
In the cards, yeah, Derek. I'm not super heavy on it at all. Like I definitely give a lot of respect to Viviane Araujo, especially for doing it as long as she has, with the amount, like you're saying, not basically nobody in her last 10. I mean, they're very literally her 10th fight ago, she got finished, but a long time, Derek, back in 2019. Viviane Araujo is a serious killer. Can Natalia Silva do it? I think the only option, or the only path to an actual finish right there, it's going to be early. It's going to be in that blitz. When Viviane Araujo is walking you down, you blitz in on a counter, get to the side, get to a scramble, and get the fight finished. However you get it done, whether it's a submission or a knockout. I'm leaning a little more knockout, but do you see any value right there in that plus 650 submission, Derek?
Well, first, I'm going to correct you real quick, just out of respect to Viviane Araujo. She won that fight. That was a finish. 3rd round knockout. That's how, I mean, come on, respect, right? But Nah, man. Nah. I can see a knockout just from Araujo, just kind of reaching after a certain point. You're getting tagged. You don't know where it's coming from. Because that's what we saw like in the Amanda Hebos fight, right? That's what we saw, Alexa Grasso fight. But they weren't able to finish her. And I don't know if Natalia Silva is going to be that person to finish her. I just think Viviane Araujo is just a tenured vet, man. And she's going to be tough to get out there. So in all realism, right? Natalia Silva, let's rock with the decision right here, at least in my mind, given the track record, women's flyweight as well, over 2.5, smash all day, right? But I feel worried because it's Natalia Silva. So this is one that is a stay away from me just because I don't see value. Now, I'm going to give you who we're rolling with. It's Natalia Silva across the board, right? Like that's what we have. But I would be doing you a disservice to those who are watching this to say confidently smash minus 350 on the unproven Natalia Silva against a tenured vet. I don't believe that. Do you have any of these that you like, or are we just sticking with stay away, but we favor Natalia Silva?
I'm sticking with the stay away, Derek. If I was forced to pick one, I'm going with that TKO at minus 425. But like you said, I don't really see a lot of value there. Not willing to put my, the name behind it. It's going to be a good fight regardless, though.
That's it. That's it. All right. And then again, this is to me a showcase bout. This is them, the UFC saying, Viviane Araujo, you're defending your number. You're going to get this new up and comer, and let's see if she could pass the test. So gatekeeper status right here, but a good fight nonetheless.